All right, let's go. It's been about 10 days since my last video, and I just want to do a quick Bitcoin video to cover quite a bit, actually. There's a lot going on, but I guess we'll start with the fact that as far as the metrics that are not directly correlated to price, things have never looked stronger for Bitcoin, and it's not even close. So I just want to show a few. The first one is addresses that own 10% of a Bitcoin or more. So let's show that real quick. It's never looked better, all-time high. And most people in the world do not own any Bitcoin. So to own 10% of a Bitcoin is actually a big deal. It may not feel like a big deal, like, oh, well, it's only about less than 3K. But there will be a time, I think, when 10% of Bitcoin will be worth quite a bit more. So the fact that this keeps going up is just a big, big deal. The adoption piece is playing out beautifully. The two things that are going to affect price the most are going to be, liquidity of the markets and adoption. So the adoption piece cannot look better. Liquidity of the markets, it's going to go up or it's going to go down. It's going to be all over the place, and it's going to make BTC volatile probably for a very, very long time. But the adoption piece is key, and that piece is just, I mean, look at that chart. Could not look more bullish. If we look at addresses with more than one Bitcoin or more, same thing, all-time high. It's never looked better. So again, this is pretty darn bullish. If we look at the hash rate, same story for the hash rate, all-time highs, and the network has never been more secure. And it's just a foolproof network, math, hard coding. It's just a beautiful thing. I did want to show this tweet. It's a little older, but it just kind of shows just more of what I'm kind of trying to realize as far as information is just how quickly things can change. I mean, Google will ban all cryptocurrency ads. This was back in 18. And then just late last year, Google selects Coinbase to take cloud payments. So it just goes to show how quickly things change. And when they change quickly. So that's why you have to be forward thinking, because if you're not, you're just going to be left behind. When hyperinflation happens in the US, and I think it will happen in our lifetimes, which is basically an increase of 50% or more of inflation, I think within 30 days. If you're not prepared for that, if you don't already have a hedge with Bitcoin or gold or something like that, you're going to be wishing you did. So, again, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, but I'm just letting you know my plan is to have some kind of hedge against something like that happening and some kind of plan. Is it risky to own Bitcoin? Absolutely. Highly volatile asset. It goes all over the place. But I firmly believe that it's just as risky not to have any exposure to Bitcoin or any exposure to gold in case some of these things happen. So, what else did I want to cover? Yes, in Argentina, 118% inflation. So, of course, people are losing their minds. And of course, there's going to be social unrest. Are you kidding me? 118%. Of course, this guy right here put Bitcoin fixes this. It does. I know it's become, such an annoying thing to see people post Bitcoin fixes this, but it really does. Like, it really does. So yeah, as far as the charts go, we did lose that key level of 28,836 on the daily. That was not good, and the follow through kind of showed it. So yeah, I mean, not looking good short term. I do think that Bitcoin will be kind of going sideways, maybe a little more, but I'm just not that worried about it. I really am not. On the daily, we have this low right here. All right. It's kind of a bigger low than that, really. We could have made this like a really big low. Then we had the next low there. So as long as the next low is higher than 19.6, we're fine. We're absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about. Where will the next low happen? That's the tough guessing game. Will it somehow kind of find its way right here based off this kind of like June of 2022? Maybe, right? Around 26.5. Low confluence there at 26.5. So 26.5 would make a lot of sense as the next low. If that doesn't hold, then yeah, we're looking at 25K. And I think that would be a very viable, good spot for the next low. So as long as you're not in some high leverage trade, you're probably fine. And guys, I do all my trades on Bitget. I will have the link below if you want to support my channel by doing all your trading on Bitget. I would greatly appreciate that. That's where I do all my trades, my margin. Futures trading, I don't use high leverage. I'm not a big proponent of using high leverage. It makes it really, really tough. And you give yourself very, very, very little margin for error if you're using high leverage. So definitely use my link below if you want to support the channel, but just don't use high leverage. All right, so that's about it for now. Again, these metrics for Bitcoin have never looked better. Pretty exciting stuff. And I think that long term is just looking stronger and stronger and stronger. Don't care what the US government's doing. look, 87% of the Bitcoin usage is outside of the US. So regardless of what the US does, Bitcoin will be just fine. And it sucks. It really sucks. And it's frustrating to see these idiot politicians like Elizabeth Warren do what they're doing. Gensler can't even say yes or no to whether or not the second largest cryptocurrency in the world is a security or not. I mean, the jokes just get bigger and bigger. But at the end of the day, when you're in the US, the joke's kind of on you. And it's pretty frustrating to deal with this. So hopefully it won't do anything too stupid and too aggressive. But I don't know. These guys are clowns. And it's on us to elect better people. So having said that, I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.